महाभारतम् अद्वैतमृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायम् अनुसन्धामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमो अस्तु ते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे फुल अरविंद आयत पत्र नेत्र येन तव्या भारत तैल पूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्र एकपानये ज्ञान मुद्राय कृष्णाय गीता अमृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपाल नंदना पार्थो वत्सा सुधीर भोगता दुग्धम गीता अमृतम महत् वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम देवकी परमानंदम कृष्णम वंदे जगद्गुरुम भीष्म द्रोण तथा जयद्रथ तथा गांधार वीरोत्पला शल्ये ग्रावती कृपेण वाहने कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण कोर्मकरा दुर्योधन आवर्तने सोतीर्णा खलु पांडवै रन्नदी कैवर्तका केशवा पाराशरे वत्सरोजमलं गीता अर्थगंगोटकम् नानाख्यानकेसरं हरिकथा संबोधन अबोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदः पेपिये मानव मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल्पध्वंसी न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्म वरुण इंद्र रुद्र मरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्ये सवे वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानवस्थितततेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यन्तं न विदुषुरासुरगुणा देवाय तस्मै। Because of the Zoom, I think it's better if when I'm reading the prayers, then everybody is muted. Otherwise, there's an echo and it doesn't go in the same frequency. Okay, so. All right, chapter 11, Vishwarup Darshan Yoga. And we ended the class with verse number 45, where Arjuna is admitting, he says, I am delighted having seen what was never seen before, and yet my mind is distressed with fear. Show me your previous form only, O God, have mercy, O God of gods, O abode of the universe. Okay, he just wanted to see the gentler form of Lord Krishna, because this cosmic form was too fearful for him. So we talked about this. So if you have any question, you can ask now. Otherwise, I'll start with the next one, number 46. Kirichinam gadinam chakrahastam ichami tvam drashtum aham tatha eva ten eva rupena chaturbhujena sahasra baho bhava vishwa murtehe. Kirichinam, crowned. Gadinam, bearing a mace. Chakrahastam, with a discus in the hand. Ichhami, I desire. Tvam means you. Drashtum, to see. Aham, I. Tatha ev, as before. Ten ev, that same. Rupen, of form. Chaturbhujain, by four-armed. Sahasrabaho, 1,000-armed. Bhav means be, Vishwamurte is a universal form. So Arjuna is saying, I desire to see you as before. Because right now he is seeing the cosmic form with thousands of arms, thousands of mouths. So he says, I desire to see you as before, crowned, bearing a mace, with a discus in hand, in your former form only, having 4 arms. O thousand-armed, O universal form. So he's talking to that universal form which was so fearful to him. He says, I want to see your previous form. And this previous form, 4 arms, it's not that Lord Krishna had 4 arms. He's realizing that his cousin, his brother is Vishnu himself. So he didn't mind looking at a Vishnu form of Lord Krishna. And Vishnu form, these 4 arms represent holding these 4 things. Having a crown on the head, discus in one hand, conch in the other, mace in the third hand, and lotus flower or just a hand which is bestowing the grace. So he says, I would rather have that form than this fierce form. So that's why he said, I desire to see you as before, because he's afraid of the universal form. See, from the mental zone, truth can be conceived of. And we can enjoy it also, but we can enjoy it through the symbols. See, this mind is the one which is conceiving these symbols. But directly when we see this, the effect of those symbols, it is too grandeur for us. We really cannot take it. So that's why often I have heard or seen some people, when they go into Samadhi and they see the God everywhere, sometimes in a form, sometimes in light, they really cannot take it. They shake up. Okay? Because the preparation has to be enough to be able to hold that. So as they keep on practicing, as they keep on following the sadhana, they can understand it. For Arjuna, it was just all of a sudden. He did not expect that this vision which he is asking to see will be so big. So that's why he said 4 arms. That's okay, because I know that form. Okay, with the club, the discus, conch, and the lotus. See, how did Lord Krishna showed his form to him? You remember he said in the beginning of this chapter, I give you the divine eyes. Because with the material eyes, we can see only material things. With the divine eyes, we'll be able to see the divine form. And how is that appeared? With the help of Yoga Maya. And Yoga Maya is in the hands of God. Yoga Maya is a very a technical term according to the scriptures. See, there is a Maya, and then there's us, the individualized beings. And we even get under the grip of the Maya. But when we, with the help of the sadhana, we rise our consciousness up, we can understand this Maya. But then there's something higher than us, which is called a Yoga Maya. And then higher than Yoga Maya is what? The Lord himself. So with the help of the Yoga Maya, Lord Krishna showed Arjuna this cosmic form. So this is the all-powerful energy of God. And it has been referred many places before also. In your Bhagavad Gita, after the class, you can look at chapter 4, verse number 5. Chapter 7, verse number 25. That's why Lord Krishna says, with the virtue of this Yoga Maya, that energy, the Yoga Maya energy, there are statements like this, kartum akartum anyatha kartum samartha. That means he can do, with the help of the Yoga Maya, God can do the possible. He can do the impossible and contradictory at the same time. So this logic of ours, logical mind does not understand. But God can do anything. So kartum akartum anyatha kartum sarvatha. That's like from the Vedas, these sayings. He can do the possible, the impossible, and the contradictory at the same time. Now Lord Krishna is speaking. He says, Maya prasanena tav arjun idam rupam param darshitam atma yogat tejo mayam vishwam ananta madhyam yat me tvat anyena drishta purvam. Maya, by me, prasanena, gracious. Tav means to you. Idam is this rupam form. Param, supreme. Darshitam has been shown. Atam yogat, by my own yoga power. Okay, it's my Atam yogat. Tejo mayam, full of splendor. Vishwam, universal. Anantam, endless. Adhyam, the first. Ancient. Adhyam. Yat means which. Me means of me. Tvat, from you. Anyen, by another. Na drishta purvam, not seen before. So Lord Krishna is saying, graciously by me, O Arjun, this supreme form has been shown to you by my own yoga power. Full of splendor, ancient, infinite, this universal form of mine has never been seen by any other than yourself. Okay? Because Arjuna was mentally shattered, emotionally upset. So Lord Krishna is telling him that what I have shown you, this is my grace to you. It was never seen anybody before. So, and I gave you the eyes of the wisdom, and you have seen this. So it's not a punishment, but it's a grace unto you. So then continuation of that, Lord Krishna says, न वेद यज्ञे अध्ययने न दाने है न च क्रिया भी न तपो भी उग्रे एवं रूपः शक्य हम नृलोके द्रष्टुम त्वतन्येन कुरु प्रवीर. No means not ved yajna adhyane, by the study of the Vedas and yajnas. Na dane, not by charities. Na cha kriya bhi. Kriya bhi means by rituals. Tapo bhi, by austerities. Ugrah, severe. So severe austerities. Evam rupaha, in such form, shakya, possible. Aham, I. Niriloke, in the world of people. Drashtum, to be seen. Tvat, than yourself. Anyen, by another. Kuru Pravir, the great hero of the Kurus. So neither by the study of Vedas, nor by sacrifices, nor by gifts, charities, nor by rituals, nor by severe austerities can I be seen in this form in the world of people by any other than yourself, O great hero among the Kurus. He has spoken like this earlier also. That doesn't mean that he says that all these actions are useless. So do not be confused by that. He is merely saying that these are only the means, not the goal. Okay? We get ready for that higher achievement by doing all this. So austerities are needed, studies are needed, rituals are needed, all that is needed, but that is not the goal by itself. It's almost like cooking in itself cannot appease the hunger. But that does not mean that cooking is unnecessary. After cooking, we must eat that food also to get rid of that hunger. Okay, so it is in this sense we should understand this verse. Okay, all of those actions are the preparation for the highest. Okay, so the vision, that kind of a vision, that darshan which we call, can happen only when there's a integrated internal intellect. So all these yajna or studies or the dan or the tap, all that makes our intelligence part in us. The buddhi of us gets integrated and that gets internalized. Otherwise, constantly we are just looking outside. We are trying to achieve in the external world. They all take us towards the inside. So that's why I said this interned intelligence. So no amount of self-effort. See, self-effort is needed in all these. So no amount of self-effort is sufficient to bestow a vision of the cosmic form of God. This is only possible by the divine grace. And the divine grace comes when we are ready. Okay? So all those, whatever he mentioned over there, the yajna, the adhyan, the dan, the tapa, they all make us ready for that. Then God sees and he bestows his grace. Okay. Yajurved we read one time. It says, Tasyeno heva, tasyeno dehi. Without being anointed in the nectar of the grace of the Supreme Lord, nobody can see him. So ultimately the grace is needed. Sometimes we say the grace of the Guru, grace of the God, it's the same thing. There's no difference between a God, that level of a Guru and a God. That's why it's called a Satguru. Okay. So without being anointed in the nectar of the grace of the Supreme Lord, nobody can see him. Okay. And the logic behind is what I mentioned earlier. Material eyes can see material things. And these divine eyes, it's not in our realm. It's in the realm of a God and the Guru. So we need a divine eyes to see the divinity. So Lord Krishna says further, Mate vyatha macha vimur bhava drishtvaha rupam ghoram idrik mam idam vyapet vi preet manaha punatvam tat ev me rupam idam prapashyay. Ma means not, te means you, vyatha, fear. Again, ma means not, cha is and, vimur bhava, bewildered state. Drishtva, having seen, rupam is the form, ghoram, terrible. Idrik, such. Mam idam. Mam means my, idam means this. Vyapet tabi. With fear removed, dispelled. Preet manaha, with gladdened heart. Punha means again, tvam means you, tat means that. Ev means even, me is my, rupam form. Idam prapashya. Idam is this, prapashya means behold. So Lord Krishna is saying, be not afraid. Don't be afraid, nor bewildered on seeing such a terrible form of mine as this. Okay? Because it was a terrible form, because it was a Kala Roop also. With your fear dispelled and with gladdened heart, Now behold again this form of mine. So a gentler form. Okay, so Arjun's emotional agitations are dramatically indicated even in this verse by Lord Krishna. He says, don't be afraid. So he could see that Arjuna was very afraid. He was very bewildered. He was shaking up because that form was too terrible for him to comprehend. So Lord Krishna is consoling his friend Arjun by these words and actions. Okay, gentler and a loving form. Okay, it's like the macrocosm, universal form, he couldn't comprehend. So microcosm, gentler form, Lord Krishna showed him. That's why he says, Tadev me rupam idam. Okay. So it's almost like if the ocean is too gigantic, too big for somebody to even look at, but little wave in there is very pleasing. A bubbles or the froth, nobody is afraid of that. It's lovable, it's attractive. It's almost like a tamed form of ocean. Now you can see Sanjay is also, Sanjay saw what is happening to Arjun. Sanjay also witnessed the cosmic form. Now Sanjay is witnessing the gentler form also. So whatever is Arjun is seeing and hearing, Sanjay is also seeing and hearing. So Sanjay said, and you all know Sanjay is talking to his king Dhritarashtra. He says, Iti Arjunam Vasudeva tatha uktvaha swakam rupam darshamas bhuyaha ashvasyaha mascha bhitam enam bhutva puna somya vapu mahatmaha. Iti means thus, Arjunam to Arjun, Vasudeva, that's for Lord Krishna, son of Vasudeva, tatha means so, uktava, having spoken, swakam, his own, rupam, form, Darshyamas showed Bhuya again. Ashvasyamas consoled. Bhitam, who was terrified. Enam means him. Bhutva, having become. Punha, again. Somya Vapuhu, of gentle form. Mahatma, the great souled one. Having thus spoken to Arjuna, Vasudeva again showed his own form. And the great souled one, assuming his gentle form, consoled him who was so terrified. Okay, so Sanjay is confirming here to the blind old king that Lord Krishna has assumed that form, and not only that, that Lord Krishna is on the side of Pandavas. Okay, he was just wishing that his king of his can stop the war here by listening to these words. But again, how will a blind man ever see? Okay. Now we see what Arjun says. He's admitting that he is consoled. He says, Drishtvaha idam manusham rupam tav somyam janardhana idanim asme samvritaha sachetaha prakritim gata. Drishtva, having seen idam this manusham human rupam form, tav means yours, somyam gentle, janardhan, that is another name for Lord Krishna. Idanim now, asmi I am, samvritaha composed, sachetaha with mind, prakritim to nature, gataha restored. So having seen this, your gentle human form, O Janardhan, I am now composed and restored to my own nature. So as I said earlier, Arjun is admitting here that when he saw the normal and gentle form of Lord Krishna, he feels relieved. His inner tensions, agitations, they all are in his control. Okay. So, and the true devotion to the universal form is explained further by Lord Krishna now. Okay, what this true form is. Sududarsham idam rupam drashtvah yatmam devaha api asya rupasya nityam darshan kankshina. Sududarsham. That means very hard to see. See, su plus du plus darsham. 3 words over there. Su stands for auspiciousness. Du stands for difficult. And darshan means the sight. So altogether it means that the vision of the total cosmic form of the Lord is supremely auspicious. But at the same time it is extremely difficult to gain. So su du darsham. Beautiful Sanskrit word. Idam means this, rupa means form, drishtvanasi, you have seen. Yat means which, mam means my. Devaha, gods. Api means also. Asya of this. Rupasya of form. Nityam, ever. Darshan kankshina. See, kankshina means desire. So desirous to see, desirous to behold. So Lord Krishna is saying, very hard indeed it is to see this form of mine which you have seen. Even the gods, the devatas, are ever longing to behold this form. So no doubt Arjuna got afraid to see it. He was all shaken up. But he says, people are longing for this. Even the devatas are longing to see this form. Then he says, na aham vede na tapsaha na dane na cha ijya shakya evam vidha drashtum drishtvanasihi mam yatha. So this is a repetition of the previous verse. He says, na means not aham, I vedya by the Vedas. Na tapsa, not by austerity. Na dane, not by charities. Na cha ijya. Ijya means sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice means whenever you do the actions, but you are sacrificing the fruits for the actions, which is normally we call it yagyas. Shakya means possible, evam vidha, like this, drashtum, to be seen. Drishtvanasi, you have seen. Mam means me, yatha means as. Okay, so neither by the Vedas, nor by austerity, nor by gifts, nor by sacrifices can I be seen in this form as you have seen before. So this is something rare, he is saying, that I showed it to you. But even the devatas, they have a longing for this. Okay. But when Arjuna got scared, Lord Krishna said, okay, all right, I will change that vision. Okay. So this universal form of the Lord is no easy experience for anyone. Okay. Sure, we have the longing for it, but we got to do enough sadhana so that we can behold it, we can understand it, and not get afraid of it. Okay. So sometimes we may wonder what makes the God shower his grace upon some people and not upon others. Is it just a haphazard distribution of an omnipotent? Okay, some people get it, some don't. So in the following verse, we'll get the answer for this. A very scientific explanation of what compels the Lord to shower his special favors. Because if it's his grace, what makes him bestow that grace upon someone? Sometimes, not upon all, at all times. What is it that? What do we need to do? If we have that kind of a longing, that we want to see what Arjuna saw. Because if it's so special, even the devatas want to see it. I want to see that too. What do I have to do? Lord Krishna says in number 54, Bhaktya tu ananyah shakya aham evam vidha arjuna gyatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha paramatap. Bhaktya, by devotion. Because previously he said Dan and the yajna and the tap and the studies, they cannot take you to that level. But what will? Bhaktya, by devotion. Tu means indeed ananya, single-minded. That is a key word over here. We all do the bhakti, but do we do the single-minded bhakti or not? Do we want only God from God or do we want things from God? Ananya bhakti. Shakya, possible. Aham, I, evam vidha, of this form, Arjuna. Gyatum, to be known. Drashtum, to be seen. Tatven, in reality. Praveshtum, to be entered into. So this is the promise Lord Krishna is making over here. That it's not Arjuna alone or Sanjay alone or Ved Vyas alone. But if we have that kind of a devotion, we can have this vision also. Paramatap, O scorcher of foes, that is for Arjuna. So Lord Krishna is saying, but by single-minded devotion, I can of this form be known and seen in reality and also entered into, O scorcher of your foes. So by undivided devotion alone can the Lord be experienced in the totality of the world of objects. We got to understand the term bhakti first. Bhakti should not be understood just mere rituals or becoming a fanatic. That's not bhakti. Bhakti means, according to the scriptures, identifying ourselves with the self is called bhakti. Self means the soul. Identifying ourselves with the self is called bhakti. Identification is the truest measure of love. Identification, the oneness. So the devotee forgetting his own individual existence, and in his love. Love is so much that identifying to become one with his beloved, and which is Lord in this case, is the culmination of the divine love. Only those who are capable of identifying themselves with the one identifying truth, they can say that we are Bhagat and we can experience it. Okay, so Lord Krishna is emphasizing in this verse bhakti as the means for attaining him. Sure, karam is important. We got to make our karam better. Sure, we got to do a lot of studies also. We got to live a righteous life also. But ultimately, no matter how righteous life we have, we cannot see God. In order to have this kind of a connection, he says, the devotion is needed, the bhakti. Often people say that, no, bhakti is just, Jnani will say, bhakti is not the path. But Lord Krishna has made it very clear in several places. He put bhakti, the ultimate. Jnana also prepares you, karam prepares you, but bhakti gives you. And that's why there are 3 stages in which realization of this truth comes to us. When Lord Krishna says, to know, to see, and to enter. What is it to know? To know is a definite intellectual knowledge of the goal. And also the path which we are walking on. We got to know the knowledge is needed. That's why we got to study. That is at the intellectual level. That is a beginning of the seeker's pilgrimage. When we know, we say, yeah, this is it for me. I am going to walk on this path now. So to know, that's an intellectual knowledge. Next comes a devotee's attempt to masticate the ideas intellectually, understand them through the personal reflections upon the information which has been studied or given. And that is called to see. So having known and seen, the goal for the seeker is to get detached from the false and attachment to the real. And only then comes the ultimate experience of the truth, which is called to enter. It's almost like when we enter into the wakefulness from the dream state. We are dreaming, we are sleeping, we enter into the wakefulness. The same way we are in this, you can call it in this Maya, in this temporary, we have made this temporary as permanent for us right now. That's how we have falsified our life. But when through knowing and then through seeing, then we say, no, I want to walk into that. I want to enter into that. These are the same three stages. The chart of yoga, when we talk about dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, it's the same thing. Or when we call it a shravana, manan, and nididhyasan, it's the same thing. But ultimately, it's to enter. To enter. By the term entering, it can also be said that seeker's fulfillment has come to that level where he becomes the very essence of the sought, the oneness, which I was mentioning earlier. The love is to that level where there's a oneness. And Lord Krishna, see, look at the greatness of this great teacher. He doesn't leave us just like that. He explains further in the end of this chapter how we can do this, how we can know and see and enter, how we can go through the dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. He says, mat karam krit mat parma mad bhagata sang varjita nirvaira sarvabhuteshu ya sa mam eti pandava. In this last verse of this chapter, he is giving us an entire line of self-discipline summarized. If somebody says what to do, this is if we can start from here, do this, we'll reach somewhere. Mat karam krit does actions for me. Mat parmaha looks on me as the supreme. That means the supreme goal. Mad bhagta, devoted to me, loves me. Sang varjita is freed from attachments. And these attachments are attachment from the worldly things. Okay. Nirvairaha, without enmity, without malice. Sarvabhuteshu, towards all creatures. Not just few, all. Ya means who, sa means he, mam means to me, eti means comes. Pandav is for Arjuna. Beautiful verse. He who does actions for me. He who looks upon me as the supreme. Ultimate goal is God. Who is devoted to me, loves me only. Who is free from attachments, who bears hatred towards none. He comes to me, O Pandav. So this verse, we can really see that are we growing towards that great fulfillment of life? From a finite personality, are we moving towards the infinite or not? So let me say it again. Number one is all actions dedicated to God. All actions. It does not matter which action. Walking also, sleeping also, breathing also, eating also, prayers also, helping somebody, doing your job, no matter which action. To simplify this, Sant Kabir said, Jahan jahan chalu karu parikrama. Parikrama is going around the temple. So wherever we go, I see God next to me. I'm just going around God. Jahan jahan chalu karu parikrama, jo karu, so seva. So no matter which action I'm doing it for God. Whether it could be the cleaning the bathroom to the cleaning the kitchen, cooking or helping somebody. Jab so karu dandvat. Dandvat is when we prostrate, lie down completely. And that's how we sleep, right? Jab so karu dandvat, jano dev na duja. For me, you are it. You are my Lord. You are my beloved. You are my everything. So very, in simple terms, this verse is explained by that poet. So work is all dedicated to Lord. Yesterday we were doing chapter 9 in our, every Saturday we have a whole chapter we just go through quickly. And there was a verse number 27 from your book, the one you are studying. Yat kroshi, yat ashnasi, yat chahoshi, tadasi, yat tapasyasi konte, tat kurushu, mad arpanam. Lord Krishna over there also saying the same thing. Oh Arjun, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer as oblation to the sacred fire, whatever charity you give, whatever austerity you perform, dedicate everything as an offering to me. So he is not saying don't do those things, but to do it as a dedication to the God. So that's why the very first requisite over here is whose work is all dedicated to Lord. The second one is whose goal is the Lord. Yes, Jyoti. Who has a question?
Sujata.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this in the end, you know, I don't want to interrupt or anything. So
Okay,
I mean,
all right. Let's leave it for the end then. Yeah. Let me finish this, then we can have a discussion. Okay, let me finish this then.
Good. Yep.
Okay, so whose work is all dedicated to the Lord, whose goal is the Lord, who is the devotee of the Lord, who is free from all worldly attachments, and who is devoid of all sense of hatred towards anyone. Okay. So we got to understand this detachment properly, and we have talked about it earlier, Vairagya. And we got to understand this enmity properly too. Enmity is possible only when we consider others as a separate from us. If we feel that they are part of us, there's no enmity. It's like an awareness of the oneness should be experienced. Okay, so just like my own right hand and my left hand, there's no enmity. Between my head and my toes, there's no enmity because it's part of the one unit. The same way, if we expand our awareness, consciousness, that this is all one. Okay, there's no enmity. So first, to withdraw our attachments from other things, then to turn our mind with the fervor of devoted attachment to Lord. Okay, so Lord Krishna is very clearly giving us these steps over here. What should we do? So only we can see where do we really fall in these 5 disciplines. Are we performing all our duties for His sake? And it starts out remembering God. It's not that right away will be there. Start out. Just whenever you do something, if your mind goes anywhere else, just have a little. These days, it's very easy for us to have some kind of a chanting going on YouTube. We have so many tools. It's up to us how to use those tools. So use something. It could be a picture of God in every room. So no matter where you go, you are seeing the sight of God. So your attention is going there again and again. So we get to see our duties are being performed for His sake or not. Okay? And depend upon Him, devoted to Him, free from the attachment from the outer world, and no malice towards anybody. Okay? So love for all and hatred for none can be considered the Gita's touchstone philosophy. Okay? Our sadhana should be with this kind of attitude. So this is the end of this chapter. The clear guidelines to us. And next chapter is the culmination of the bhakti. Because I always tell you that chapter 7 all the way to chapter 12, that's a bhakti yoga. So that's why chapter 12 is called a bhakti yoga. And he's going to give us further instructions, but instructions based upon these 5 layers of discipline. It's not out of that, it's just like an expansion of that. When we keep this discipline in our life, what really happens? What kind of qualities we cultivate? That's what and then we can just keep an eye on those. Do we have those qualities or not in detail too? But right now, just write down these 5 steps of sadhana. Okay, so we have a couple of things to do. Urmil's poem also, and then a little chanting also. So that's why I think it's a good idea to not start the next chapter right now, but next week we'll start with chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga chapter. And if somebody has a question pertaining to this chapter.
Can you just repeat those 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, just so for writing purpose?
Yeah, number 1, whose work is all dedicated to the Lord. Number 2, whose goal is the Lord. Number 3, who is a devotee of the Lord. Number 4, who is free from all worldly attachments. Number 5, who is devoid of all sense of hatred towards anyone. Anyone. Okay, creatures. Creatures means not just your family members. Creatures means animals also, birds also, bugs also, human beings also, anybody. No enmity, no malice. Okay. So these are the 5. So anybody, any question? Yes, Sujata.
I just wanted, when we've read this before, and in the translation of verses 52 and 53, if you look at the English translation, in the past you've told us that they don't mean 4-armed form, they mean cosmic form. And I think for the people who are reading it in English, I think you should, I don't know whether their books show that, the translation was incorrect in the book.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it says there, this 4-armed form of mine, and it should read cosmic form of mine. In verses 52 and 53. And I thought many people might be reading it in English and they will have it wrong. And
okay. Anybody has any question on that? the literal translation of 52 is very hard indeed. It is to see this form of mine which you have seen. Even the gods are ever longing to behold this form. So this was about the cosmic form, okay, which he saw. Then 53, neither by the Vedas, nor by austerity, nor by gifts, nor by sacrifices, I can be seen in this form as you have seen me. Okay, so there is no a form of, but only thing is then later on or before this, when Arjun says, yeah, because Arjun also agrees with this. This is a gentle form and I am consoled by this form now. Okay. So anybody has any question though? No? It's all
Yes,
clear?
I do, Hershey.
Raj.
Yes, Raj.
So when you read the translation for Shalok number 53 in the book, I just want to read a sentence. It says, according to Saint Ramdas, all visions of lights and forms have to be transcended before realization of the ultimate truth.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying in your meditation, you have to go through all those stages.
You don't have to, but according to your own vasanas, you might go through. Okay, everybody doesn't have to. There is no set pattern that you have to go through all the forms. Okay.
When you say forms, or does he mean various deities?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about, the forms. So what you are reading, that is the explanation given by this author. Okay. Mm-hmm. But even in the direct translation, he has mentioned the four-armed, but in Sanskrit, there's no four-armed mention. So that's what Sujata was trying to bring it out, because last time I did clarify that. Okay. So I like to go to the original verse, what the author has written, what Lord Krishna has spoken. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else? Otherwise, we'll start with Urmil's poetry recitation. Nana, do you have a question? No? Okay, Urmil, you can start then. Unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted, and thank you for the opportunity, Hershey. And the books are going to be arriving at my house tomorrow evening. And Tuesday, I open the boxes and look at everything is fine. Then I send the flyer kind of thing with all the information to Mr. Mani Sharma, you and Rita, if you want, and go from there on. And
sure.
The details will be given on this. Because of COVID, we are so spread out that to mail the books or deliver the books, there are a lot of logistics. So they'll be explained in them depending on where you
sure.
are. And so I look forward to you enjoying the book. If any of you have eaten Haldiram's minute khana, this is not for microwaving the Gita. This is after you have gone through Hershey's lectures and listened to all the translations and all the details. This is like, okay, now I sit back and I enjoy the rhythmic summary of the chapter. So this is not a substitute by any means of Hershey's lectures, but just a conclusion in the way I have felt like writing. So I'm very sure you'll all enjoy it. Till then, listen to chapter 11. Vishwarupa Darshan Yog, Divine Vision of the Cosmic Form of God, Discourse 11 with 55 verses. Arjuna thanked Lord Krishna for describing his infinite powers. Out of love and care for me, you have revealed the supreme secret knowledge of the self. Thank you for sharing your divine glories. Removed are my misconceptions of thyself. From you, I have heard extensively about the appearance and disappearance of each mortal. Oh, the lotus-eyed one, you have also revealed to me your majestic glories, which are perpetual. And Arjuna then asked Lord Krishna, and this is question number 10 out of the total 16 questions that Arjuna asked him. O Supreme Lord, just as you have spoken about yourself, you are truly that in reality. Even then, I desire to see with my own eyes thy cosmic form, O divine personality. O Yogeshwara, if you think I am robust and bold enough to witness your cosmic form, then, O Lord of all mystic powers, show me a glimpse of your imperishable divine form. Lord Krishna alerted Arjuna, O Partha, take into account that my universal form is manifold, with features numerous. There are many colors, sizes, and shapes which are unimaginable, and their combinations various. My universal form pervades in marvels on earth and planetary systems in the cosmos. Small bits of my divine form are in Aditis, Rudras, Ashwani Kumars, Maruts, and Vasuvas. Now, if you want the meaning of all this and the history of all this, you have to go back to Hersh. Okay? This is just a summary. Oh, Arjuna, observe the infinite cosmos, moving and unmoving, that is all within my body. Myriad of creations, living and inert, exist in my universal form. See what you wish to see. But your physical eyes are narrow in scope. Beyond my material form, they cannot see. O Arjuna, I bestow on you a divine vision to view my majestic opulence and my divinity. Lord Krishna revealed his cosmic form to Arjuna. And Sanjay reported to King Dashratha that after granting Arjuna the divine vision, Lord Krishna displayed his divine and opulent form of many facets and dimensions. So you can see there's a live, like a CNN live commentary from Sanjay to the blind king. In Lord's cosmic form, Arjuna saw infinite mouths, faces, and eyes everywhere. Lord's body decked with celestial ornaments and divine weapons extraordinary. He was wearing anointed garlands, royal clothes, and musky sandal fragrance. Lord Krishna's dazzling great form was visible from all directions and all at once. Even if the splendor of 1,000 suns was ablaze all at once over the whole sky, still to match the glories and grandeur of the Lord's cosmic was a far cry. There, Arjuna saw the universe in its entirety, with infinite divisions of the galaxy. Striking was the fact that God of gods was holding the full creation in his body. Arjuna's reaction to the vision of Lord's cosmic form. Arjuna, awestruck with wonder and astonishment, and his hair was standing on end, he kneeled before the Lord with respect and spoke with folded palms and head bent. O Lord Krishna, in your body I see many celestial gods and a variety of organisms. I see Brahma seated on the lotus flower. I see Shiva, sages, and divine Ophidians. Ophidians is snakes, and I had to rhyme it with organisms. I see your universal form all over, with infinite limbs, stomachs, arms, faces, and eyes. O controller of the universe, from A to Z are your manifestations of many scale and size. I see I see your form bejeweled with a crown, holding the club and round disc so magnificent. It is daunting to see you in the blazing fire of your cosmic form, fiery like the sun, so radiant. I see you, Krishna, as the supreme eternal being, the truth to know from scripture studying. You sustain the entire creation. You are the eternal guardian of Dharma, and you are undying. I see you without a beginning, middle, or end, and from your radiance, the universe is scorching. You have infinite power with many arms. The sun and moon are your eyes, and mouth is burning. O Mahatma, the greatest between heaven and earth, and all other spaces you alone pervade. By seeing your incredible and fearsome forms, the three worlds are quaking and justly afraid. Hosts of mystical gods are entering into you. Awestruck, they are taking shelter into you. The great sages and perfect beings are praising you by singing hymns and praying too. Oh, celestial gods like the Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, Murats, and the ancestors marvel at you. The goblins and demons like the Yakshas and Asuras, seeing your cosmic form, are saying, phew, oh Lord, you have many mouths, eyes, arms, stomachs, tusks, legs, thighs, and feet. By seeing your fantastic form, the world and I are terror-stricken and miss a heartbeat. Oh Lord, seeing your effulgent and vivid form in so many colors, touching the sky so high, viewing your mouth wide open and eyes ablaze, my courage and peace are lost thereby. I'm mystified after seeing your terrible teeth like the raging fires of the cosmic dissolution. O Lord of Lords, who gives shelter to all, have mercy on me and save me from confusion. I see that my cousins, sons of King Dishtarashtra, along with many allied kings on their side. I see Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and generals of our team rushing into your mouth open wide. Into the fearful jaws of your mouth with sharp teeth, they have been sucked and rushed. Some are hanging between your teeth, being minced. I see their heads getting crushed. Just like the fast-moving water of the rivers through the tributaries to the ocean race. Likewise, these famous great warriors are rushing into your huge mouth set ablaze. Just as moths lured by bright light rush into the hot flames and then get obliterated, similarly, those armies at war are speeding into your mouth and getting incinerated. Your fiery tongues are licking up and flaming mouths and guzzling people from two sides. Oh Vishnu, I see your powerful radiance over the universe, burning all with great strides. Arjuna, totally mystified by seeing Lord Krishna's cosmic form, asked him, and this is question 11, Oh God of gods, you existed before all creation. Seeing your many forms, I wonder who you are. Your nature and works perplex me. Kindly tell me your mission, of which I wish I had the radar. Lord Krishna revealed the powers and influences. I am death, the mighty destroyer. I am on this earth to end a dharma, which is immorality. O Arjuna, I will slay the rival army, whether you join this war or linger on with ambiguity. O skilled archer, rise and conquer your foes and proudly rule the prosperous kingdom. I have already slain the warriors. You will only be my instrument now of all that I have already done. Brave warriors like Drona, Jayadratha, and Karna are killed by me already, O Arjuna. So slay them without any agony. Go ahead and fight, and you will have victory. Sanjay told King Dhritarashtra about Arjuna's reaction to Lord Krishna's call to action. And this is where you see the transformation of Arjuna. After listening to Lord Krishna's uplifting statements, Arjuna quivered with fear and dread. With palms joined above his head, he bowed with his body, and in a fearful voice he pled, Oh Krishna, no wonder the whole universe sings your glories and rejoices in your grandeur. Terrified demons go hither, thither, and yon in fear of you, and the saints salute your power. Why should they not bow to you? You are unique, even grander than Brahma, the ace creator. You are the infinite Lord of the gods, the haven of the universe eternal, Sat, Asat, and yonder. You are the initial divine personality, the ancient God, the sanctuary, and the supreme abode. With endless forms, you are the knower and the object of knowledge, which only you can decode. Thou art the god of wind, death, fire, water, and moon. You are Brahma, the first creator. You are the great grandfather of all beings. 1,000 times my salutations to you I offer. O Lord of infinite powers, my greetings, Nama, Nama to you, in from the front, the back, and the side. You have many skills, powers, and energy. You permeate everything, and on all you preside. Oh Lord, I consider you just like my friend. I was oblivious of your enormous omniscience sense. By addressing you as O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, I certainly meant no offense. Chokingly, I treated you with disrespect while playing, sitting, talking, eating, and when at rest. If I hurt you before others or when alone, then I beg your forgiveness, O Krishna the best. You are Pitta, the father of the entire universe, initiating all moving and non-moving creatures. You unrivaled in all the three worlds, laudable of worship, and the best of all the teachers. Hence, O lovable Lord, I bow and prostrate before you, and I plead for your mercy and grace. As a father is patient with his son, a friend forgives his pal, and lovers excuse and embrace. I have never seen your universal form, about which I feel joy, and yet I am fearful and I shudder. This form of yours petrifies me. O God of gods, please pity me and revert to your previous good four-armed figure. O thousand-armed ones, though you have a striking cosmic appearance, no more can I withstand. Show me your four-armed figure wearing a crown and having a mace and a discus in your hand. Lord Krishna said, O Arjuna, being satisfied with you, especially for you, I used my Yog Maya, the divine power. I gave you a vision of my superb, infinite, and primeval cosmic form, shown only to you so far. By no Vedic studies nor rituals, charity or sphere of charities, can anyone see this divine scene. O Arjuna, the best of Kuru dynasty, except for you, this cosmic form no mortal has ever seen. O Arjuna, be not perplexed about seeing this terrifying form. Fear not this cosmic form of mine. Feel blessed and happy, and fear not. Witness me again when to my personal form I realign. Sanjay says to Dhritarashtra, Lord Krishna pacified the sacred Arjuna by the scared Arjuna by again showing his four-armed appearance. To further calm his friend Arjuna, Lord Krishna changed to his gentle two-armed presence. Arjuna responded, by seeing your two-armed human form, I'm not scared anymore, O Janardana, my friend. My mind is feeling stable and I am now becoming composed, tranquil, happy and content. And then Lord Krishna replied, my four-armed form is scared to see this grace only to unalloyed devotees like you. Even the celestial gods, eager to see this cosmic form, do not qualify to have this view. My personal persona is not seen even by Vedic studies or charities or fire sacrifice. In spite of these great efforts, they cannot see my cosmic form as seen by your divine eyes. Only with devotion, faith, and selfless actions can one qualify to obtain my divine vision. It is only by a single-minded devotion can my essence be known in totality and with me have a union. Lord Krishna then summed up the 5 features of pure devotion, which is bhakti. Those who do all their duties for my sake, who take refuge in me, and who are devoted only to me, who also are free of worldly attachments and have malice towards none, they positively come to me.
Thank you. Good job. Good. Thank you. So you'll all have this book now pretty soon. So as Urmil said earlier, so many will be sending
the information.
How you can get this book, okay? Yeah. Congratulations, Urmil.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Urmil.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Good job.
beautiful.